What do you think of the energy crisis we are currently going through?
I think it could have been avoided.
Carry on, it's fine.
I think it could have been avoided because with the use of the private sector, the integration of the private sector and the public sector, finances could have been made available to avoid this crisis that we are facing now.
Hello. Now, in this video, we shall discuss the energy crisis we have in South Africa. I've prepared a few questions and asked one of my dear friends to answer them. Now, we shall discover why and how we shall get away and fix the current issue with new ways and new things to add into the current infrastructure. So let's explore, see what it's all about, and to the questions. What solutions would you give to government to solve our current energy crisis?
I think that they should cut the payroll, they should motivate and encourage privatization, and they should also invest in renewable energies.
Do you believe by going to renewable resources that the country will lose money?
It will definitely lose its monopoly-like hold over the energy grid, but it won't lose money. It's just that the bosses will lose money. Yeah, that's one.
As we see here, we see a massive power plant being built and developed with new innovations due to technology. But still, our reliance on coal-powered power stations has become too drastic. The lack of nuclear power and clean energy we have in this country has gotten to an extent where we ourselves are struggling and even considering moving to cleaner resources that we do not have to pay directly to government for. Honestly, we seem to notice that through time, as technology progresses, everybody around us seems to see clearer and clearer that global warming is a threat and that we need to move to cleaner resources. The threat of Eskom not being able to provide electricity for this country has gotten far beyond the place it should be. We need to see the problem for what it is. We are unprepared. Our infrastructure is terrible, dismal, and we need to improve this. In order for us to improve our infrastructure, we need to realize and see what the problem is. Corruption, employing too many employees, underpaying employees, not hiring enough skilled workers. This is constant issues that we have to deal with billions of rands going to waste, to who knows where, to corrupt politicians, to people who do not take care and deliver services. In the end, we are only shooting ourselves in the foot, allowing ourselves to be so dependent on these fuels. We need to progress and move far beyond the need for these resources. And here are a few more questions to answer. Do you believe there are any negatives with going with renewable resources?
Well, climate is subject to change, but I don't think the sun will completely disappear. So I think solar energy is very much a safe way to go forward. Yeah, that's my answer.
With technology really progressing throughout time, what do you think the next step in environmental preservation is, and what sort of energy do you think we'll be using?
I think we should definitely capitalize on solar energy and wind energy, since those are abundant in South Africa. We have
renewable energy, an energy source that never runs out. Over here in this video, we see how waves are used to generate electricity in many ways. Water, which is one of the ways we can gain access to renewable resources, is also very good. But this is but only one example. Other ways of getting renewable resources, or resources that allow us to have constant electricity, are solar, wind power, even nuclear. While these options may seem expensive, They are the best for the environment, but that's not what we are talking about right now. We are talking about the current state of our economy and how it's affecting us. Throughout the years, we've had many who have stood on the top of the ESCOM, and yet none of us seem to have heard of them. None of us seem to have heard anything. All we hear on the news is that this has gone wrong, this has gone wrong, this has gone wrong, but never who is at fault for why it has gone wrong. Corrupt politicians being able to walk out free and to do whatever they please because they are in power while we remain without. The energy crisis is mainly an infrastructural problem. Just a country who's unprepared for everything that has to come their way. Yet they try and try. We see how South Africa has the ability to do things on a global scale, to allow themselves to develop and to be a world-class nation. Yet we are held back by corrupt politicians who are voted in and who are doing the wrong thing with bad investments and terrible, terrible costs involved. What shall we do? What do we do? Well, we use renewable resources and we hope for the best. Let's hope for a better future. Okay. With technology progressing as fast as it is, what do you think is the new way to save the environment, and what energies do you think we'll be using?
I think we should capitalize on solar energy and wind power because we have abundant wind power in South Africa because we are surrounded by coastal. We're not surrounded by coastal areas. We're surrounded by the ocean. Sorry. Let's start that over again. I think South Africa should definitely try to capitalize on the abundant wind available to the regions, especially the coastal regions, because we are surrounded by ocean. Also, the sunshine is abundant. We're in the southern hemisphere, so we should definitely try to use that.
Thank you for watching. In this video, we saw that there are many ways in which we can solve our current energy crisis. Being able to improve infrastructure, using our own renewable resources, allowing our world to develop as it should, to not vote in corrupt politicians, to be more strict on new government legislation so that our infrastructure may grow. Because as we have seen in the past, with constant load shedding load shedding, we see how many businesses had to spend money and resources to buy generators that are powered by diesel just so their businesses can stay open. But this is not a sustainable way to live. We need to improve our power stations, find new ways, clean ways to produce energy and to allow us to live in a pollution-free, load-shedding-free society. You have to agree?